Hey folks, this is Blake with Reformed Dogmatics, and today I want to talk to you about socialization. There's been plenty of videos and books written on socialization for your dogs, but I wanted to give it a little bit of a different twist here. Socialization, in a nutshell, is teaching and disciplining your dog how to appropriately respond to the world around them. This means that you must teach and discipline your dog how to respond to infants, small children, cyclists, vehicles, other animals, adults, and yes, even um, people who are inappropriately wanting to interact with your dog when you're out and about, or even just in your home. Now, while doing this, depending on what breed of dog you have and what temperament that dog particularly has, um, you will need to basically monitor not just your dog's behavior, but their emotional and mental meter as well, their internal behavior. Too many corrections and too much pressure in one sitting can be detrimental and set you up for failure. Right, it can set you back quite a ways in your teaching and disciplining of your dog in the realm of socialization. Um, Basically, just gauge your dog's frame. That's all I'm saying. Gauge your dog's frame. They're all a little different. If the animal has progressed some and it's obvious, give them a break and try again the next day to go even further with it. And once socialization has been achieved, you will need to still supervise and monitor your dog and his social meter. Right. So once the dog is properly trained for socialization, you're still going to have to supervise and keep an eye on them to understand, okay, he's had enough, right? He's had enough. Or if you need to correct him in the moment or encourage him in the moment, whichever one is appropriate. My dog isn't allowed to take offense at another dog and what they do. That doesn't mean that I let him get walked all over. Um, he needs to know that I am his good shepherd who cares for his soul, both his internal and external behaviors. Now, here's some situations that I would never, some situations I would absolutely never allow my dog to be put in, even with supervision, and what I would do if it happened anyway. Number one, I will not ever let small children or adults approach my dog whom he doesn't know well. Okay, so if he doesn't see them on a daily or biweekly basis, it ain't happening. Uh, my dog would do totally fine, but I am typically not able to monitor everything in these kinds of moments. I'm probably busy supervising my own children. It's best for me to have my dog on the place command or in his kennel. It just solves the problem for me. Um, I will never allow anyone to go near him while he eats. All right, that's number two. No one can go near the dog when he's eating his food. Leave him be. If someone were to go near him, he is never allowed to growl, or I will seriously correct him and then restore him. Number three, when I'm out in public, I will never let an off leash dog meet him while he is on the leash. Okay, I'll get between my dog and the other dog, and I will do what I can to deter that other dog because leash pressure can be detrimental, and because my dog wouldn't be able to get away, um, there's problems that can be there. My best bet is to just drop the leash, let my dog run off, or give him an opportunity to get away if he would so desire, or to get between them and deter the dog, or to do both. Okay, by whatever means. Number four, I will never let my dog, when he is off leash, approach leashed dogs. And even then, I don't really want him to approach most off leash dogs if I'm evaluating the situation. This is true all the time, unless I am teaching and I need him to do something specific in the moment to help a client address their dog's behavior. Okay, not very frequent, not very often. Number five, I will never, ever take my dog to a dog park. Okay, I'm just not going to let it, I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to let it happen to him. Too much can go wrong, and I don't have the ability to teach him through it all in these sorts of situations. If I'm saying that for myself, what does that mean for the average Joe out there who has a dog and likes to take him to the dog park, who is not a dog trainer? Um, probably probably best to not do it. I'm sure there are more. I wrote these few down, and I'm already thinking of a few more. But um, anyway, I might get to that in another video. Lastly, I wanted to add that if your dog has an issue with another dog or person, you're going to have to crawl, walk, run with this whole socialization thing, right? First, they must be good at a distance with the other person or animal, okay? Then, if the person gets a little too close, or excuse me, then your dog needs to be okay with them being closer. And then, when the person is too close or so close that they're touching at this point, whether unintentionally or intentionally, your dog needs to be respectful of that also. This doesn't mean that, for my dog in particular, my dog Scout, that I want him to always receive inappropriate interactions that are pressuring to him. Of course not. I simply want to do my part to prepare him for the current state of affairs that we find in our society and culture. Right? He's going to come into contact with these different things, and I need to teach him, to prepare him what good, appropriate responses are to these kinds of things. Now, if that is too much for you, right? Keep it simpler. Make it as simple as possible for your dog and you. A simple, no, you may not pet my dog, in a projected, very firm but not angry tone. You don't want to come off as frustrated and lacking self control there. And doing that will suffice in most situations that you'd find yourself in. One little brief final note, kind of a little postscript. If there are any restraints on your dog, there's a higher chance, or on somebody else's dog, there's a higher chance of things going very poorly. Okay, restraints like leash pressure, being behind a fence or in a crate or a kennel or whatnot, they can amplify or escalate your dog's behavior rapidly. Okay, and if your dog can't get away from the situation, or if you haven't taught them properly, or a combination of the two, because again, they have a limit, right, of what they can handle, um, it can go very, very poorly. You're going to put your dog in tunnel vision, and you're just probably not going to be able to get them out of it. If there are no restraints, there is a higher probability that interactions could go quite well, but um, that's not for sure every time.